Spain for years. Real Madrid leading Barcelona by a point, the defending champions at home to Bilbao seeming to have the easier task, while mighty Real Madrid, who've led all season, away at Tenerife. What would happen then in week 38 to decide the destiny of this year's championship? It's been the talk of the country all week, and not surprising, there were sellout crowds at both Tenerife and in the new camp as it all came down to the wire on the final weekend of the Spanish football season. Last game, but a point wouldn't be good enough should Barcelona win, because Real Madrid here in the all-blue had an inferior goal difference. And so in the sunshine at Tenerife, a really tricky one this for Real, who've led all season and have the tonic of the first goal of the game. Across from Haji, and Hierro climbing with his 21st goal of the season to put Real in front. Just 8 minutes played, Leo Beenhakker there on the bench. Just the start that Real were looking for. Agustin in the home goal injured in attempting to stop that effort, and 13 minutes later giving way to the substitute keeper, replaced by Manolo. Manolo had only been on the pitch 3 minutes when he shaped up to face this free kick from Haji, and look at that, a brilliantly driven strike from the Romanian. No wonder they call him the Maradona of the Carpathians. And Real Madrid looking comfortable then, 2 goals up after 28 minutes of the first half. Well, who knows, perhaps Manolo was unsighted by the wall, might have taken a deflection as well, curling wickedly away from the replacement keeper, as Real have a second and surely have one hand now on the title. But that 2-goal lead was halved just 7 minutes later. It's a great solo effort by Quique Estebarranz that has the crowd on its feet. He dribbles past 3 defenders and defeats Boyo to make it 2-1. The tricky little number 7 again. Tenerife have had a wonderful last 5 weeks of the season to lift themselves clear of danger. They technically had nothing to play for, already safe from relegation. 2-1 still to Real Madrid then into the second half as the tension mounts, and then a setback for mighty Real Madrid. Villarroya sent off, his second bookable offence on the hour. It may all have been over had Butragueño put this chance away. The goals have dried up for the Vulture in the second half of the season, and he's left to rue what might have been as back came Tenerife in the white shirts. 76 minutes now played in Tenerife. Felipe allowed to go a long way. Hesitation by Roshan, the ball's in the back of the net, and Tenerife have an equaliser. Jorge Valdano, who has instilled belief into this Tenerife side. And then just 60 seconds later, look what happens here. Disaster from Boyo, he drops the ball. And 2 goals in a minute as Tenerife turn it around and take the lead. An incredible scene in this dramatic match. Boyo drops the ball at Pierre's feet. It's a chance he can't miss. And suddenly Tenerife are leading by 3 goals to 2. See it once again in slow motion. Sanchis under pressure, but Boyo, well, with every opportunity to palm that shot behind from his own player. And then Pierre snaffles up the chance. That's how it finished, despite 5 minutes of extra time. And Butragueño goes off disconsolate as Tenerife run out winners by 3 goals to 2. Real go down to another away defeat. Those fans there now have to wait and suffer and find out what happened back on the mainland in Barcelona. The defending champions have never been in first place in the table. Coming into their final game in the new camp, they're given a hero's reception, not just by the fans, a sellout crowd, but also sportingly applauded onto the field by opponents Athletic Bilbao. That's the reason for all the celebrations in the new camp, the European Champions Cup. Barcelona then against Bilbao, 2-0 to the defending champions in the first meeting this season. We know the result in Tenerife, but here in the new camp, the fans, many of them tuned into that game by wireless. Happy to see the first goal for Barca go home on 37 minutes as Barcelona put up a rugged rearguard action. The champions of Europe then ahead with a rare header from Stoichkov. on the end of this cross from Goicoechea. Barcelona then one up at the break. Piqué pouncing on a Goicoechea cross. Barcelona knowing that they had to go for the win, of course. At one point in December they were 8 points, yes, 8 points behind Real Madrid. And slowly in the last half a dozen matches of the season they've clawed their way back into contention. And that's a second. Stoichkov with a looping header after Andrenua's header gives him the chance to put Barcelona 2 up. A move initiated by Stoichkov, a second for the Bulgarian, who incidentally has ended any speculation of a move to either Napoli or Paris Saint-Germain. He's promised to sign a new 4-year contract to remain at Barcelona. And so in the second half, the fans were more intent on what was happening down in Tenerife than events on the pitch. As you hear there, that's the noise that reverberated around the Nou Camp when news of Tenerife's equaliser came through. The fans knew that at that moment, Barcelona, with their superior goal difference for the very first time this season, had gone to the top of the Spanish first division. Cruyff in the trainer's dugout. The presidential box and the fans there urging their side on now, knowing that Tenerife had pulled it back to 2-2. And then as news came through that Tenerife had added a third goal, the Nou Camp erupts into tumult. Barcelona now only moments away from retaining the title, the first time they've managed to do it in 32 years. And so these scenes at the final whistle. In Tenerife, the match was still underway. Barcelona had seen off Athletic Bilbao by 2-0. They'd finished the campaign on 55 points, an agonising wait for confirmation of the final score in Tenerife. The fans knew it, the players knew it, Cruyff knew it, and there it is. The news comes through on the loudspeakers that Tenerife have beaten Real Madrid by 3-2. And incredible scenes indeed in Spain, because for the only time this season, after 38 matches, Barcelona head the division and are champions of Spain in the 1991-92 season. They've done it in the most emphatic and unbelievable manner as Real Madrid's challenge crumbled there at Tenerife. Barcelona seeing off Bilbao by 2-0. They are the champions of Spain for this season, having defended their title successfully. The first time they've won back-to-back titles since the 59-60 season. The top scorers in Spain were indeed Barcelona, their most successful season ever, champions of their own league and the champions of Europe as well. And Real Madrid, who won only one away match in the second half of the season, going down at Tenerife in the match that really mattered for them and broke the Madrid hearts. Atletico Madrid had the most wins in the league with 24. Top scorer was Manolo. Down at the bottom, Valladolid and Mallorca are relegated. And in the playoff positions, La Coruña, Deportivo and Cadiz. Leading goal scorers Manolo with 27, Real's Hierro with 21. We leave you with these pictures of FC Barcelona.